Hello everyone and welcome to another Star Citizen video with the Gazbeard. The anniversary sale is coming up in a few days and I thought I'd run over the recommendations that I make for people who just want to get into the game or who only have a starter ship, maybe with one extra ship, and they're looking to expand their fleet. These three categories that you see on screen are the basis of a presentation last year at Gamescom. And Chris Roberts, who's on stage in the bottom right of the screen there, is presenting what he's expecting in Alpha 3.0 that we're all expecting to drop anytime soon. Professions and games play will be trading, cargo carrying, piracy, smuggling, mercenary and bounty hunting. We'll get to see more of the Stanton system with the moons of Crusader, and the ships planned for it were Caterpillar, Aquila, Dragonfly and Ursa Rover. The gameplay has changed a bit, and not the gameplay, the ships list has changed a bit, and we now know that the Nox, the Prospector and the Sabre Raven will also be included in Alpha 3.0. In Alpha 3.1, the Professions gameplay will include mining, refining and processing, quantum travel interdiction, refueling and escorting with more of the Stanton system available, and currently scheduled the Cutlass Red and Blue, the Hull C, the Prospector and the 85X are due to arrive in 3.1. However, we know that the Prospector has been moved forward to 3.0. That has absolutely been confirmed. There's been no other confirmation just yet of any other ships coming in. However, there may well be so. Mining will be in 3.0 in a very limited capacity using hand tools, and the same goes for repairs apparently. But again, that is just a hint. It's not an absolutely confirmed statement from them. One of the things that will happen with this Stanton expansion is that we will probably get another planet and its moons. That may well be the planet that includes the views that the views that we saw in the CitizenCon demonstration, where they flew from ArcCorp to Hurston. There may be other ships brought forward as well. We'll come to that in a moment. In 3.2, salvage, repair, and mercenary covert ops will be included. Stanton will be expanded again, so more of the Stanton system will be shown, and it's currently scheduled for the Taurus, the Phoenix, the Terrapin, the Vanguard Harbinger, the Vanguard Sentinel, and the Reclaimer to turn up in 3.2. And again, I say that some of those may change. These are only the ships that were announced in 2016 at Gamescom. There may be other ships come in, and some of these ships may move to alternative dates. All of this is subject to change. In 3.3, he's going to introduce farming and rescue. We'll at that point then have all of the Stanton system, and the Carrack, the 890 Jump, the Banu Merchant and the Reliant, all variants, are scheduled to be in the Alpha 3.3 version of the game. We may well, in fact I predict we almost certainly will see other ships because of advances with Squadron 42, which we'll learn more about at the Christmas 2017 live stream, or the holiday live stream as they like to call it. In particular, I think we'll see additional combat ships, even though Chris Roberts has stated that 2018 will be the year of civilian ships, not military ships. The farming side of it is going to be a bit of an issue. However, if they allow planet-side farming, that may cover it, because there will be no in-space farming until the Endeavour arrives. That leads me to think that the Endeavour may well be brought forward for release in 3.2 or 3.3. Again, I'll cover these speculations in a moment. 4.0 is going to be the big one. That's when we get to jump to extra star locations. We'll have exploration and discovery. That's when all of our explorer ships will start getting all their sensor suites and being able to do everything that we've been shown previously, including the big telescope on, can't remember if it was the Carrack or the Endeavour. Science and research will be brought into the game, as will travel between star systems. So jump point scanning will be a thing. The Orion and the Crucible, the big mining ship and the big repair ship, are scheduled to come into the game with 4.0. Again, will they be brought forward, or will they actually arrive at that time? The scope of the game keeps changing, so we don't know for sure. And we're also looking a long way ahead at this point. But with what Chris Roberts has said about moving to a quarterly schedule and features that are ready will be included, those that are not will be bumped to the next available update, then it's quite possible that some of these ships will be brought forward. We know a lot of them have been worked on quite extensively recently, and therefore I'm not thinking that the ship schedule is going to be set in stone. I think it's going to be quite fluid. In terms of the features, again, there's the option there, because of the new quarterly schedule, for those to change. Now, ships expected to be pulled forward. This is where I'm starting to speculate a little bit. I think because of the bounty hunting and the cargo carrying in 3.0 and the work that's already been done on the Cutlass Black, the Cutlass Blue will be brought forward to supplement the Avenger, I've forgotten its name, the Avenger that's got prisoner cells in it. Also, I think the Freelancer Max and the Taurus may get brought forward. Both the Freelancer and the Constellation have had rework done, and without the Aurora cargo boxes, they're going to need extra ships for us. Quantum interdiction. We know the Sabre Raven is an interdictor. I think the Freelancer MIS may get a rework and brought forward earlier with quantum interdiction for 3.1. It would seem logical. We would then have two small ships capable of interdiction, the Warlock and the Raven, and a mid-size in the Freelancer. Moving into 3.2, I'm kind of stuck as to what they're going to bring forward there. They may launch a small-size salvage ship and a small-size repair ship. They may also drop gunships on us, such as the Redeemer, which would be perfect for mercenary covert ops. Get in fast, drop troops, get out fast. And that's where the Vanguard, Harbinger and Sentinel come in as well. For 3.3, I mentioned that the Endeavour may get brought forward because of the farming that's going on there. Certainly, if the Cutlass Red comes out in 3.1, it'll be there and ready. But there may be further medical ships and rescue ships brought in for 3.3. The Reliant, all variants, I think there will be another Reliant involved for that. But for 4.0, with exploration and discovery and all the rest of it, the Genesis has got to come in. It absolutely must, for interstellar passenger transport. Not just the Orion and Crucible. And by the time 4.0 comes out, Squadron 42, in theory, should be approaching launch. It should certainly be at a stage where it's alpha and beta tested out and approaching launch. Therefore, the opportunity for passenger travel will, I think, come in with 4.0. That's when your 890 jumps and your 600 eyes and your Phoenixes will come into their own. Now, in 3.0, if we break out the professions across the top and look at the ships that we need, for trading, any capacity cargo holds, plus economy of fuel for the ship. So this is going to favour smaller ships like the Avenger Titan, possibly even the Mustang A with its 6 SCU of cargo. The Prospector, carrying raw ore, is a possibility. The Aurora, if it gets its cargo pods in 3.0, is a possible trader. In the main cargo carrying category, these are going to be large capacity cargo holds. Anything smaller than a Cutlass is not going to work, so we already have the Andromeda, Caterpillar, Freelancer and Starfarer in the game. I believe we may get the Freelancer Max and the Connie Taurus brought forward because of their high capacity. For Piracy, any combat stats ship plus cargo capacity or boarding party or EMP weapons on board will be suitable for Piracy. So any fighter with a cargo carrier accompanying it. The Avenger Warlock for the EMP, the Cutlass Black, which can do just about all of it. The Vanguard Hoplite for dropping an attack crew onto it. Dragonfly Nox and Saber Raven, again, apply to Piracy. For smuggling, we need secret storage or a low volume to sneak it past security patrols. So the 300 series, the Herald with its small cabinets for putting small boxes into, even though it's not stated as having a cargo capacity. The Hornet F7C, the Reliant Core, and the Connie Aquila with its scan-proof storage. And again, the Freelancer Max and Connie Taurus with its scan-proof storage. For Mercenary, again, combat stats and dropship capable vehicles or vehicle carriers such as the Constellations, any fighter, any multi-crew ship, the Vanguard Hoplite, and on the ground the Dragonfly and Ursa. For bounty hunting, you need prisoner cells, EMP to not destroy the ship that you're trying to capture somebody from. So the Stalker, the Warlock, Dragonfly, Saber, etc. Now when you're planning your 3.0, there's a lot of ships that are available and permanently on sale in the game already. I've grayed them out in the top. You don't need to think about them for the anniversary sale. You can get those at any time. There are ships flyable in 2.6.3, but not permanently on sale, so you want to get them in the anniversary sale. For trading, the Avenger Titan and the Avenger Titan Renegade, For Piracy, the Avenger Warlock and the Vanguard Hoplite. For smuggling, the Herald. For mercenaries, the Gladiator, the Gladius Valiant, the Saber or the Saber Comet, any of the Vanguards, and the Avenger Warlock again for bounty hunting. For the ships that are going to be coming in 3.0 and then flyable in 3.0, the Prospector could trade all. For Piracy, the Dragonfly and the Nox, for both in space and on the ground. For smuggling, the Connie Aquila. For mercenaries, the Dragonfly and Ursa. Same again for bounty hunting. Now, ships that need to be in 3.0 but have not been announced as being such. Aurora Cargo needs introduced for the traders and for small cargo haulers. The Freelancer Max and the Connie Taurus, again for cargo, mid-size cargo ships with a decent capacity, not just the base Andromeda and Freelancer. For smuggling, Aurora Cargo, again, it's a small ship with a low signature, it can sneak past patrols. The Freelancer Max and the Connie Taurus with their shielded cargo capacity. And for bounty hunting, the Cutlass Blue with its cells to supplement the Avenger Stalker, so that you've got a small and a mid-sized ship that can carry prisoners. Remember, of course, that other bikes and ground vehicles, such as the Cyclones, the X1, etc., will follow in later patches, but may be brought forward to 3.0. We also expect that of the couple of new ships that are going to be released with the anniversary sale, one of them will probably be a ground vehicle. So there's what we need to be thinking about if you don't have a lot of ships already, if you just have the starter pack or the starter pack plus one other ship. These are the ones I specifically recommend that you look for in the anniversary sale. For trading, the Avenger Titan Renegade. Better arms loadout, but the same cargo capacity as the standard Titan. the Prospector, which you will need in 3.1, but can carry ore in 3.0. For the cargo class, the Freelancer Max or the Connie Taurus, now you can buy them now and you will get the standard Andromeda or Freelancer as a loaner in lieu of them. For Piracy, the Cutlass Black and the Avenger Warlock. Those, I think, are going to be the two prime ships for Piracy. The Warlock to disable the target, the Cutlass Black to board it and steal its cargo. For smuggling, the Herald, data smuggling. But also think about, if they do show up, the Freelancer Max and the Connie Taurus, as well as Auroras if they've got cargo. For mercenaries, the Gladiator and the Gladius Valiant and the Super Hornet, all superb combat ships, and they just can't be beat. For bounty hunting, the Avenger Stalker with its prisoner cells, the Avenger Warlock for disabling your target's ship without killing your target so that you can take them back and get the bounty on them. The Cutlass Blue, if it gets released. Particularly if there's any news about it coming in 3.0, the Cutlass Blue or the Avenger Stalker are your prisoner carriers. They're the ones I recommend. So that's my reasons and my list for ships that you should be thinking about if you're a new backer or somebody who's only got the starter ship or the starter ship and possibly one or two other small ships. Now, one of the features that's definitely going to be of importance in 3.0 and for which you can get the ships during the anniversary sale is ground travel, and you're going to need something like one of the motorbikes, either the Nox or the Dragonfly, and a ship that can carry it. Now, CIG have said that the Freelancer is not going to be able to carry the Ursa rover seen here on screen, nor will it be able to carry one of the Cyclones. They've also given mixed messages about whether or not it can carry a space bike, such as the Dragonfly or the Nox, or even the X1 when that's released, which may appear in 3.0, or it might be 3.1 before we see that. However, this video demonstrates a Dragonfly being dropped out the back of a Freelancer, so for the moment, I'm going to say that it's possible that they have fixed the item ports, even though this is a demo from Gamescom 2016. It's possible that they fixed the item ports to allow a Dragonfly to be carried in the back of any of the Freelancers. Whether all of the Freelancers will have a vehicle port to spawn the bike and to hold it in place during flight is another matter. It may be that they haven't implemented it for all of them. I would imagine at least the Freelancer DUR gets it because it's an exploration ship, and quite possibly the Jack of all trades Freelancer base. Now, as a starter package, if you're not wanting to spend too much, you certainly want to be looking at the Avengers, because for about a $10 upgrade from the Auroras and the Mustangs, you should be $10 or $20. You should be able to get one of those and give yourself more flexibility and more durability in the verse. And particularly if you're wanting to be a pirate, think about the Warlock. If you're wanting to be a bounty hunter, then think about the Stalker. But either of the Titans, the Standard Titan or the Renegade, will be fine for somebody just wanting to haul a bit of cargo around, do some flying around, land on a few planets, maybe do the odd bit of low-tier dogfighting. Freelancers will certainly be a better bet for those wanting to make money, particularly through cargo and trading, but also on some of the missions, particularly where the bounties are dead or alive. If you can take in a couple of friends in the Freelancer and gang up on the target, just take them out rather than capture them and bring them back, then that's certainly a thing to consider. Also, if you're taking out pirates at their bases, such as shown here now, then there's going to be cargo lying around that you can requisition and take away on your ships, and that'll just add to the profit of the mission. The other factor to consider there is that you're going to need to have a runtime game currency income, and something like a freelancer is going to give you the capacity to make some money. So would a Cutlass Black. However, my recommendations are that if you're thinking about a freelancer, then think about spending the extra $10, $15 and getting either the Freelancer Max or the Constellation Taurus, both of which give you far, far higher cargo capacity without crippling you too much in other areas such as self-defense combat and carrying friends around. The Taurus will, of course, give you the opportunity to carry an Ursa rover or a couple of Cyclones, and that will increase your flexibility on planet, and particularly doing the missions, because you can carry the vehicle and cargo in the Taurus. Whereas in the base Andromeda, the Ursa rover takes up all of the cargo bay itself. Now, I'm hoping, I have absolutely nothing to tell me it's going to happen, but I'm hoping that the Freelancer Max and the Constellation Taurus will come with 3.0 because of the primarily cargo focus and trading focus of the patch. So if they do, and you get them now during the anniversary sale while they're cheaper, you're going to save yourself some money. If piracy is your thing, think about the ships that have got EMP or distortion weapons, because as demonstrated here, you can take out ships that are far bigger than yourself and disable them, allowing your friends to come in with their combat ships and to then take out the weapons on that ship and any escorts. You will need at least one other ship capable of carrying multiple people, because you're going to need a boarding party, and this is where your drop ships will come in. Whether you go for the specialist drop ships like the Redeemer or the Vanguard, then you can bring in a squad of 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever people, and put them inside the ship that you're attacking for helping with taking out the crew of that ship, and also raiding the cargo and loading the cargo across to your ships. You're going to have to practice Arena Commander Combat or Star Trooper or whatever they call it, combat. I don't do it myself. If this is going to be your thing, because as pirates you're going to have to board, you're going to have to fight a defending crew, and you're then going to be able to get your goodies for your payday, because as pirates you're certainly not going to be able to do a lot of regular trading, and you're going to find it quite tough to get missions that you can make decent money on. And here we can see EVA boarding in action with a group of pirates coming up to board this ship. Now, in terms of other specialist areas of gameplay, you really need to look at what you want to do and choose the ship that's got the capacity for it. There's no use just buying ships willy-nilly if you're wanting to keep a small fleet and use a small budget. You need to be pinpoint precise on which ships that you get. And that's why for the new backers and those with only starter ships or maybe one other ship, I'm recommending the ones that I have recommended, and I'll put my recommended list up again at the end of the video so that you can view it and think about them. Look for the ships that I've marked in green. Remember that the Freelancer Max and the Constellation Taurus as large capacity cargo variants of those hulls, they are not in the game right now, but they are purchasable at any time. They're on permanent sale, so you could buy them today before the anniversary sale, and you will get the loaner ships, which is the base Freelancer and base Constellation Andromeda, in lieu of them. The other thing to think about that is that if you wait for the anniversary sale, it's very likely that you're going to get 5 years ship insurance. That's 5 years of playtime, not 5 years of calendar time. So if you only play 2 days a week, then you're going to get 1800 days, and you'll be able to play for 900 weeks, whatever that works out in years, 18 years, something like that. Effectively, it's LTI. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and look forward to seeing you again soon and giving you another video which I hope is helpful for you. Many thanks for watching the video, and if you've got this far, please give the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel. It costs you nothing, commits nothing from you, and it helps me immensely to know which content you like and which content to make more of. Many thanks again, and bye for now.